I mean, Russians, as you said, I mean, it's not so much Istanbul, but, they love Antalya and so forth. Now there's, it was almost unthinkable, 5, 10 years ago to actually abolish visas with Russia, right? I mean, almost unthinkable. But this government, has that mentality of taking very drastic actions, Overnight, they said, okay, there's no visas. So, I mean, I think UK citizens still require visas to go to Russia. I mean, so that sort of change in mentality is quite helpful.
But again, on the visa agreement, and that's really, I think, the policy of Turkey very much, because the visa agreement with Russia, for example, works both ways. The tourists come to Turkey, but on the other hand, if you look at the exports and businessmen being able to travel, and we already anticipated in our business, dealing with Moscow, dealing with Central Asia, dealing with that part of the world, we prefer to do it from Istanbul, because from our side, from the West, we have to deal with visa procedures, which in Turkey people don't have, because they can just go there.
Yep.
The visa, we shouldn't underestimate the visa impact in terms of, for example, large companies have organized their headquarters or their conferences in Istanbul because they have fantastic facilities, and from the visa perspective, to be able to draw people from all the different regions without visa problem, they decided to come. And Greece didn't present this because it's in the Eurozone and they had to apply, they had more problems. So actually a lot of these conferences have been going now to Turkey because from a visa perspective, it's an easy access.
But also, I mean, I guess you're right. I mean, that helps. But Istanbul, as we talked before, all these multinational companies coming and setting up, that's, Turkish Airlines also played a great deal of role. I mean, I have a very, very good friend who heads up Oracle in Istanbul, and he told me that 5 years ago, the only reason he cannot cover Mongolia from Istanbul, because at the time Turkish Airlines didn't fly to I don't know the capital of Mongolia, but but today they fly. So I mean that's
somebody
how,
Google it.
So as long as you can fly direct from Istanbul, that also helps for a multinational company to come and set up, and that's what the trend is. I mean, as I mentioned in my presentation, at the end of this year, Turkish Airlines plans to fly to 250 destinations. I mean, that's quite a lot of destinations. So.
And one of the reasons of the companies coming over, I think they like Turkey, they love Turkey, but also because it's a young, educated population, very active and very, very, very good. So that's another big factor when they do make the headquarters. Human resources are key criteria, and you have very good universities and very young, qualified people that can work in a modern environment. So I think that is also a major part when they do make those decisions to headquarter down in Turkey.